Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium. You walk in this place, you can feel the echoes. So many epic moments have unfolded on this field. And today, the Fighting Irish hoping to reawaken that in this big contest. This is not just any other matchup. Both teams come in ranked in the top 10, colliding early in the season, each trying to set the tone with a big statement. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the third-ranked team, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Longhorns will kick this deep to get us going. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Good enough for the first down to the 37.
Boy, the defense misses out on an opportunity to get off of the field. They got the offense to third down, and they just weren't able to prevent them from converting.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Takes the handoff on the counter play. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. 2nd down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. There's contact on the throw. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
See if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looking to make a big play downfield. Deep shot caught down inside the 20. And they finally tackle him down at the 1. Big gain in the pitch and catch.
Well, that is a great throw and a catch. But now we'll see if they can finish off this drive by scoring a touchdown.
After the huge play, they're pounding on the door. It's 1st and goal at the 3. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Irish.
What an opening drive by this offense, and especially this running back. Every single time they gave him the ball, he's getting positive yards behind that big offensive line. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, you better make some adjustments and do it in a hurry. You got to get more guys committed to the line of scrimmage to stop this run game.
PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Not an ideal kickoff as it heads out of bounds. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down here for this offense. The shotgun running play call. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
The back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
And he'll be brought down. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Touchdown, Texas. Strong game by this quarterback.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Good job dealing with the footing. PAT is good. Now they get set to kick it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking. Moved right down the field for a touchdown. And the wideout goes in motion. They're going to run it. They test the middle and get stuck. That is just not open for business today.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks on the ball, and it's a short gain.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
He's running out of time here. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. The Longhorns offense takes the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Longhorns. Well, a touchdown to a wide open man. What in the world was going on the defensive side of that play?
Wow, what was the defense thinking here? You can't let a player roam free like that. They just completely forgot about him and gifted him a touchdown.
The extra point gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? And looking for a big play here. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Inside the 40. At the 20. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Texas. Wow, what a play. A defensive score. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 21, Notre Dame 7.
A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10?
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. Man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
Longhorns are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Handoff taken following the right tackle. And they finally bring him down at the 5. Offense really threatening now.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Fighting off the tackler. Stopped short of the touchdown, but the offense is set up now 1st and goal.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
The Longhorns will line up now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. A nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
And the crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. Running out of time in the pocket. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
He knocks this one right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So after adding to this big lead, they are set to kick it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Loses 2. Brings up 2nd down.
After a first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 23. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that...
He's looking deep here. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Boy, this quarterback has a lot of confidence in his arm. He tried to thread the needle into double coverage. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Are you serious? The offense going for it inside their own 30. Trying for a 4th down completion. Pressure is coming. Hit just as he throws the ball. This will fall incomplete and a turnover on downs.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
Gain moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. That stings for the offense. Penalty will cost him 10 yards. The offense sets up with a 1st and goal. Offense looking to throw the ball. Bringing pressure. Oh, the sack is made there by the freshman.
That's a big sack by this defense here on 1st down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a 1st and goal situation.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
Well, this defensive unit has certainly picked a great time to make a stand with back-to-back sacks, starting with that 1st and goal play. Curious to see if the defense revs up its engine and tries to apply some pressure here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and a mile. Dropping back to throw. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Kick is up and no good. After the miss, it remains a 17-point lead.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
Gives it to the back. Tackle made after just a short game. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. Now it's 2nd down here.
29 Philly.
Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play.
How about the call here? They go with the screen on 3rd down and short. You don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got 4th and short.
The punt team making their way on the field. By the defense, they'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their first timeout. Punt team ready to boot it away.
On to punt it away.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. And he's going to get run out of bounds after a small pickup on the return. The Longhorns offense takes the field. The last drive was a little demoralizing. They stalled and then missed a field goal. It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, it's an incompletion here. I think this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
Looking for the wideout. The ball is picked off. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. He'll hand it off. He shreds the tackle. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
And tackled after a small pickup there. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
He stopped, but he gets a first down. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Heads out of bounds at a short gain on the play.
He goes out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It's now 2nd and goal.
Solid gain puts him in good position for 2nd down and goal.
Get set, get set.
There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And it's picked off in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
What a play by the defensive back here. You have no idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain. The defense is reacting to the offense. The offense knows exactly where they're going when they're running their route. The defender has to try to be very careful to keep his footing underneath him. Sounds simple, but it's not. To come up with that interception while doing that, and that is a big-time play.
Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. Game moves the ball to the 43. First down coming up. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Here's the throw deep downfield. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Looking to throw it on first down. He's going to take off. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught for the completion. And the defense able to bring him down, and that should just about do it for this first half of play.
On the set.
Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Texas 24, Notre Dame.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
Set to kick this one away.
They'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. And this offense trying to build in a very impressive first-half performance, trying to stretch the lead right away here in the third. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. They're gaining some breathing room now, tackled at the 26.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown.
And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Brought down after a short return at the 20 to snuff out the scoring threat in the red zone.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. The pocket breaking down. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
But the gain is just 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and 9 now.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying.
There's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Offense with a crucial fumble recovery.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks have got to do a better job of having awareness and taking care of the football. Felt like he got the ball away from his body there a little bit, allowing it to be knocked free. He caught a break because one of his own teammates was able to see that and get on top of the ball.
They'll kick it away here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team.
And the Texas offense will take over. First and 10.
The Longhorns offense takes the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Defense is coming after him. Down he goes, a sack. Well, these defensive ends are hard to handle on the edge. That's how he comes around the corner and hits the quarterback.
Boy, this defensive end is so talented. He can bull rush you and use his power, or also use his quickness to be able to get around the corner, bend, and then lower in on the quarterback. That's exactly what he's able to do, and I love the way he finished on that sack.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up. See if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
Well, another sack. You know, as the offensive coordinator, you're ahead in this game. Maybe you should change the game plan to help your quarterback a bit. This pass rush has gotten home way too many times, and you should focus more on preserving the lead.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down. Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's fourth down.
He's marked down at the 33. Coming up, fourth down.
Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Fourth down. He's throwing for it. The pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big fourth down stop.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. Incompletion sets up a second down. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught quickly. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down to the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
Longhorns come to the line to run the hurry-up. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
That's how you know an offensive coordinator really believes in the offensive line. You get to fourth down, you don't spread out a defense and try to create a one-on-one matchup and throw the ball. You go the old-fashioned way. You get behind that offensive line, you get the yards you need, and you extend this drive with that first down.
Ball back at the 6 for a second and goal off that loss. You snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Trying to extend the play. Escapes the pocket but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game film. This has been a tough game. for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. Last time out there, they got stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. Let's see what the mindset is here. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
2nd and long, backed up at the 8-yard line. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
He's running out of time here. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure worked.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-hole. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
They'll punt it from inside their own 10. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. One final play before the end of the quarter. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Oh, they've got him behind the line. It's a tackle for loss to wrap up the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Texas 24, Notre Dame 7.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Here's the handoff, running behind the big right tackle. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Ball handed off. Fights through a tackle. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. And right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel.
Will he score here? Couldn't quite get in. Tackled down at the 2-yard line. Excellent run.
Hello, Mr. Defensive Coordinator. You may want to account for the quarterback. Are you kidding me? A quarterback scramble for this many yards? You got to make a
touchdown, Longhorns. And the beatdown continues. How important was that touchdown, Kirk? It's now a 2-possession game here in the 2nd half.
It's a great job of this offense with their execution and having situational awareness here in the 2nd half. They now have, as you said, Chris, this 2-possession lead. They got a great chance to finish it off and get a win.
31, Notre Dame 7.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. They're going to run it here. Fighting off the defender. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "What the heck was that all day?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time.
And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. And he's got some open field ahead. Touchdown, Texas. And the defense joins the party with a pick six.
Great job here by the defense coming up with yet another play. Boy, they are just pouring it on today, dominating in every phase.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
Notre Dame, 7.
And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick six last time out here. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. But I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run it with the fullback. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football, made them one-dimensional, and that's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
The offense stays on the field down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Needs a completion here on 4th down. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. The pass ball is incomplete. A big 4th down stop for this defense.
What a great job by this defense, really all game long. It's very fitting. Here we are now in the 4th quarter on a 4th down play. They step up yet again. Now you give the ball to your own offense, you work that clock, and you seal victory.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
You know, I don't want to get away from a jet sweep. I think it's a good call. This one just didn't work out. So now you're way behind on the sticks.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Play action fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. Finding space at the 20. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the 2nd and 3rd option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that 1st down.
Looks left and finds his target there. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Touchdown, Longhorns. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good as they build on this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
Notre Dame, 7.
And a misfire there on the kickoff as it goes out of bounds. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He'll take a deep shot here. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. And now they'll run it on the draw. Tackle up near midfield at the 48.
Boy, draws and screens are a great way to counter an effective pass rush. Allow those defensive ends to get upfield and then hand it off at the last second.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up. looking to pick up the first down through the air. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
He's hit as he throws it. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. It's picked off again, the 4th for this QB today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock. Instead, throws it into coverage. Now they got a chance to get right back in the game.
And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. This thing is so out of hand. All you can do now is play for a little shred of pride. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game.
And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? Look out, he's got some space. Touchdown, Texas. And the defense adds 6 for the interception return. And a pick 6, a monster play by this defense here, Kirk.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. Here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. This has been a long afternoon for this offense. All that's left, try to get some consolation points here.
Chris, as this clock winds down, it has been a rough day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going. You hope they're able to go back, look at the film, try to learn from the mistakes, and come out the next week looking much better than they did today.
And there's the handoff. That run takes it across the 30-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. They don't pick up the blitzers, and it's a sack.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything going to be able to try to compete in this game. They're down big, and now they're just hoping for that clock to run out.
Check out this decision. They're going to go for it on 4th and very long. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Took contact on the throw. This one falls incomplete on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs. So this team has been